Welcome again, folks, to this part 3 of Dr. William E. Upjohn and the company that he started, the Upjohn Company. We've gone through some phases of his development and his first home and little business in Hastings, Michigan. We've moved with Dr. Upjohn here to Kalamazoo, down Kalamazoo Mall area, where he had worked out of the basement of a building with the help of his brothers for a few years, developing that dissolvable, pliable pill. He became a very wealthy man. Passing of his company, Mr. Gilmore, Donald Gilmore, came up from Kalamazoo, famous Gilmore family. He came up in business with a department store downtown, Uncle Irving Gilmore. Of course, we heard the name Jim Gilmore, the mayor of Kalamazoo, entrepreneur and businessman, one time owning the largest Chevrolet dealership down in Florida. This famous Cadillac, Pontiac dealership here in Kalamazoo, and the sponsor of A.J. Foyt for all of his 4 Indianapolis 500 victories. Okay, we've heard about all these folks along the way, about Donald Gilmore and Mr. Disney here in Kalamazoo, and his car museum and the Air Zoo, all by Donald Gilmore, the 3rd president of the Upjohn Company. Be right back. I don't think Mr. Gilmore had Porsches back in the day quite like this one. There's right up here is Mountain Home entrance, the gatehouse. This was the Sexton's Lodge, and of course Henderson Castle. It's very interesting how we worked through the downtown development down there at the 301 building, the concentration building, the 12-story towers, and all the old manufacturing buildings down there that were raised, the development centers down there, R&D, now Zuidas and the School of Medicine, Western Michigan University, Homer Stryker School of Medicine. How that the development back in the 50s of Building 41 we visited, main production facility out there on Portage Road, and even a little bit of pro mail back in the day. I was working there for a lot of money then, but today, different. Here, my friends, is the Gilmore family plot. Take a look and see where the 3rd president of the Upjohn Company is laid to rest, Donald Gilmore. Be right back. I'll be right back. Well, finally, folks, we're going to end this 3-part video today at the grave of the gentleman that started it all, Dr. William E. Upjohn, and his wife. Be right back. William E. Upjohn, 1853, 1932. And his wife, Rachel B. Upjohn, 1856, 1905. Some call this the Upjohn monolith. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but there is a steel frame running around the base, okay? This used to be excavated out a little differently years ago, and you'll notice that that monolith is a bit taller and is set there in quite a stone base itself, with a metal rim all the way around. But that over the years has sunk into the ground a little bit. The mowing and everything over the top of it, it's no longer visible. But the headstones are. You can see how Dr. Upjohn's headstone is sunk into the ground a little bit. Actually, his wife, Rachel, hers is another 4 inches higher than this, so she's sunk 4 or 5 inches up over the decades. All right, the beginning and the end. But what a life, what a career, and a company, and the thousands and thousands of children that were brought up, their parents working for the Upjohn company, the colleges, the paychecks that came out of that company, large paychecks, enabling employees to send their children to college if need be, if they want. That was the home of the $1,000 a week paycheck back in the day, in the 70s and into the 80s, even the late 60s. It even beat paychecks from the guys working at General Motors here in Kalamazoo back in the 60s and 70s. Yep. And of course their sales staff, unbelievable. We went in about that before. Started by this man right here. Of course, came up in a family. His father was a medical doctor. 12 kids in the family, 4 of which became medical doctors. William being one of them. Thank the good Lord. The products that his company had not produced under his leadership, beginning years of that company and on through Donald Gilmore and so forth, led by the hand of God. Thank you for watching these videos. Very, very interesting part of Kalamazoo, the Upjohn company. I'll be right back. And again, thanks for being along. All 3 of these videos, the Upjohn company. Been a pleasure to bring this to you. If you like these, please subscribe, thumbs up. Hit that notification bell too. I have a couple more 2- and 3-part videos planned. Talk about those coming up here in the near future. Until then, y'all have a great and safe day. Yes, there are some real good doctors out there.